To anyone who says that you cannot be a Christian and be liberal, or that you cannot be a Christian and be woke, I have this to tell you. You need to read the Gospels. Because the fact of the matter is that Jesus' wokeness is precisely what made him so popular among the people. And his wokeness is what made him feared among the religious establishment of the day. The world was already replete with religions and already replete in that culture with religious zealots who were ready to condemn and who were ready to measure everyone by the laws and the rules. That society already knew that. They already knew the thou shalt and thou shalt nots. They already knew how easily people were condemned. That society was filled with condemnation. It was filled with those who had a lot and those who had a lot of power and those who had very little and those who were looked down upon. Jesus' message drew the disenfranchised, the outcasts, the poor, those who were looked down upon. Jesus went among them, dined among them, slept among them, fed them, ministered to them, accepted them, did not condemn them, did not judge them. He brought an entirely new message and an entirely new version of what God wanted for humanity. And Jesus' primary message was summed up in what he said was the primary commandment of God, and that was to love God and your neighbor as yourself. Nothing is more important than that. Everything that Jesus said falls under that. What we see today with all of these people who call themselves Christians, who are so ready to condemn and judge, and who want to control and dominate, these are the modern versions of those Pharisees who were afraid of Jesus and who condemned him and who wanted him out of the way. And if you are in a group of so-called believers who looks down on people because they're foreigners, looks down on people because of the color of their skin, or looks down on people because you don't think they're living exactly the way you think they should be living, and you chastise them and you condemn them and you come after them, you do not know the Jesus of the Gospels. And you really need to take some time, if you really care about Jesus, if you truly care about Jesus, and if you really do think he's the Son of God, then you need to take his words more seriously, folks. Because those of you who are spreading hatred, spreading condemnation, those of you who hate people because of the color of their skin, or you hate people because they're undocumented immigrants, and you may not call it hate, okay? It doesn't matter what you call it. What matters is what's in your heart. If in your heart you despise and you distrust and you don't like people, then you hate them. If you treat anyone with anything other than love and mercy and grace, then you're not following the message of Jesus. Jesus was absolutely woke. And if you cannot abide that and live with that, then you need to reject Jesus. Because right now, rather than being a follower of Jesus, you are just a follower of another religion, just like all the others that are centered on control and on judgmentalism and on condemnation and on rule keeping. And that is not what the message of Jesus was all about.